Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, catalyst in LMO supply from SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant awarded. SAIL RSP launches embroidery training Garima under its Women Empowerment Initiative of CSR.
Energy conservation addresses all the three vital factors of sustainability with people, planet and profit, says Mr. Amarendu Prakash, Director in charge, BSL and RSP. Synergy Lok Sanskritik Mahotsav organized by Rourkela Steel Plant in Nuagaon block.
Now the news in detail. A felicitation function was organized at oxygen plant of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 15 December 2021 to facilitate the employees who acted as catalyst in liquid medical oxygen supply when the country was in the dire need of oxygen to save the precious lives of people affected with COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi ED Works presented the certificates of appreciation and token gifts to 32 employees including employees from oxygen plant as well as from marketing department, personnel, general administration, production planning and control, computer and information technology and public relations department of RSP for their commendable efforts towards continuous supply of LMO and cylinder during COVID-19 pandemic. Present on the occasion were Mr. Naresh Kumar, CGM Utilities and Environment, Ms. Asha Karta, GM in charge oxygen plant, and other senior officers and employees of the department. At the outset, Ms. Karta welcomed the gathering and briefed about RSP's contribution in the nation's crisis management effort. Mr. Piyush Kumar Das, Senior Manager Oxygen Plant, proposed a formal vote of thanks while Mr. S.S. Saini, GM Oxygen Plant, coordinated the function. It may be noted that the steel plant with a robust oxygen generation infrastructure took up the responsibility to meet the exigency along with other SAIL units converting the industrial oxygen to medical grade oxygen with a purity of 93.5%, adopting suitable modifications. The plant supplied its first rake of LMO on 30th April 2021 through Oxygen Express of Indian Railways. The employees worked round the clock monitoring each movement starting from production, dispatch, marketing, monitoring and coordination with the government and other concerned agencies. RSP transported more than 9,000 tons of LMO in 371 ISO tankers consisting of 136 rakes in between April 2021 to June 2021. Taking another step forward in its women's empowerment endeavours, SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant has launched another project Garima as part of its CSR initiatives. In a function organized at Institute for Peripheral Development on 7 December 2021, Mr. A.K. Nayak CGM, T&SR, CSR inaugurated the project Garima, under which women hailing from different slums of the industrial township will be trained in embroidery. Present on the occasion were Ms. Munmun Mitra, GM in charge, CSR, Mr. D. Pradhan, DGM, CSR, Mr. P.K. Khiller, Senior Manager CSR, other officials and employees of the department. In all, 10 trainees are attending the program. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Nayak commended the efforts of CSR department for undertaking women-centric activities and highlighted the scope of income generation through embroidery. The 2-month program aims at training 10 women for sustainable livelihood, creating a hub for training of trainers and forming cooperative in the long run for strengthening of linkages with government agencies for assessing, supporting schemes and widening market prospects. It also aims at obtaining craft mark certification for greater market linkages and accessibility with established marketers and boutiques, thereby establishing a strong value chain for the group of trainees. At the outset, Ms. Munmun Mitra welcomed the gathering while Mr. D. Pradhan coordinated the function.
Taper turning operation done for the first time in the shops mechanical of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant. Samvedan, a gender sensitization workshop held at RSP.
The higher you go, the more is a need to adopt a 360-degree role, exhorts Director in Charge to newly promoted Chief General Managers of RSP. Competition for Executive Director Works Skill Excellence Award concludes at SAIL RSP.
3 P's, that is people, planet and profit, are the most essential ingredients for sustainability of any organization. Energy conservation is a vital parameter which dictates all these 3 P's, said Mr. Amarendu Prakash, Director in Charge BSL and RSP, while speaking in the function organized on 14 December 2021 at Gopabandhu Auditorium of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP to mark National Energy Conservation Day 2021. Mr. Prakash joined the function virtually, which was organized in a blended mode and streamed live on social media. Mr. C.D. Goswami, former Executive Director MECON, the keynote speaker of the function, Mr. A.K. Pradhan, ED Projects, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, and Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED P&A were present on the dais. Emphasizing upon the judicious use of energy, Mr. Prakash said, "We have a responsibility to use the natural resources in a responsible way to make sure that our next generations will have adequate reserves and inherit our planet which is livable and habitable." He stressed on energy conservation, which immensely helps in reducing cost and enhances profitability for a steel industry. The DIC expressed happiness over the strategic steps taken by RSP in the area of energy conservation, whose performance in specific energy consumption has been applauded all across SAIL. RSP Collective believes in excellence. Let's take a pledge that we will strive with determined efforts to become world-class in energy conservation, he concluded. Mr. Goswami made an elaborate presentation on energy conservation roadmap for sustainable development of steel plant based on capacity utilization, digitization, condition-based maintenance, industrial symbiosis and adoption of best available technology. With examples and case studies, he drove home the importance of energy efficient latest technological interventions and practices to reduce usage of energy, carbon footprint and achieving sustainability in steel industry. Mr. Pradhan in his address urged all to take a pledge to work collectively to conserve energy so as to reduce cost of production and improve environment. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Suryavanshi detailed about the future roadmap of the steel plant to further improve energy efficiency. He also substantiated with statistics how various steps and extensive and intensive measures taken by RSP in energy conservation has benefited the plant in every respect. Mr. P.K. Satpathy in his address stressed on making energy conservation a culture. He also urged all to contribute in whatever little way to the cause to fulfill the social accountability. The dignitaries presented awards to winners of different competitions held earlier amongst the employees to mark the day. Mr. Naresh Kumar, CGM Utility and Environment, welcomed the gathering, while Mr. S. Khaka, GM EMD, presented a formal vote of thanks. Mr. B.P. Pandey, AGM EMD, compared the program. At the outset, the program began with the rendition of national anthem. The dignitaries lighted the ceremonial lamp to mark the beginning of the program. Mr. Jyotirmay Acharya, MOMT EMD, and his troupe presented an invocation song based on energy conservation. 30 dance troupes from different villages of Nuagaon block enthusiastically participated in the zonal level competition of Synergy Lok Sanskriti Mahotsav organized by the CSR Department of Rourkela Steel Plant RSP at Kadega village on 13th December 2021. Mr. A.K. Nayak, CGM, TA and CSR RSP graced the concluding function as the chief guest, while Mr. P.K. Puhan, GM F&A, was the special guests of the function. Also present on the occasion were Ms. Munmun Mitra, GM CSR, Mr. D. Pradhan, DGM CSR, Mr. Ibris Kalo, Jila Parishad representative, other officials of CSR, SHG group members, Sarpanch and village elders. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Naik highlighted the richness of tribal culture and tradition and commended the efforts of CSR Department of RSP for promoting the cultural heritage of the region. The chief guest also presented the first, second and third prizes to the winners of the dance competitions. Jaitya Paika group of Kardega village emerged as champion of the Nuagaon Block Dance Festival and won cash award of Rs 5,000 and the champion trophy. Jagannath group from Kardega village bagged the second prize that consisted of a cash award of Rs 4,000 and a trophy. The third prize that carried a cash prize of Rs 3,000 and a trophy was presented to Munda Samaj group of Gotidhar village. The judges were also felicitated on the occasion. Consolation prizes of Rs 1,500 were also given to each of the remaining participating troops. The event was organized by the CSR department of RSP with the support of Pooja Self-Help Group of Kardega village, and the event was facilitated by Mr. Benedict Eka, Senior Field Assistant CSR, and Mr. Ashok Kumar Mohanty, Senior Technician CSR. The program was witnessed by a large number of villagers from neighboring areas. It is worth mentioning here that as a part of its CSR initiatives, RSP organizes the Synergy Lok Sanskritik Mahotsav every year. The zonal level competitions are organized in 4 blocks and the final round of the competition is being organized at Rourkela. The enterprising endeavors of the employees of mechanical shop of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP has helped in developing the turntable roll for plate mill using in-house resources. This not only helped in enhancing the equipment availability but also brought about substantial savings for the company. It is noteworthy that the turntable roll is required for smooth production of plates in plate mill. The available turntable roll at the mill was badly worn and immediate replacement was needed for smooth rolling of plates at plate mill. The available required spare turntable roll of plate mill was of 8 meter length and 550 mm diameter, weighing about 7 metric ton. In this roll, there was a requirement of taper turning of 4 meter length, reducing its diameter from 550 mm to 490 mm over 4 meter length. The situation was discussed and the responsibility of developing the same with available resources was given to the shop's mechanical. The detailed drawing and constraint of taper turning of this TT roll was studied, keeping in mind the available facility of long lathe machine at the mechanical shop. The machine was having taper turning facility up to 1 meter only, whereas required taper turning length was 4 meters. The taper turning attachment gear was modified based on the calculation achieved for taper turning of 4 meter length. This was successfully tried and checked before actually tuning operation of job in the lathe machine. This taper turning operation in lathe machine up to 4 meter long was done for the first time in shops since inception. The used spindle of HSM department with 600 mm diameter and 9 meter long was utilized as raw material for manufacturing of TT roll, hence raw material input cost was almost negligible. Development of this turntable roll of plate mill will earn a substantial savings of about Rs 25 lakhs for RSP. Samvedan, a gender sensitization workshop, was held at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant recently. Ms. Asa Karta, GM in charge Oxygen Plant, and Mr. C.G. Ramalingam, GM Personnel Projects and CLC, presided over the concluding function of the sessions held in the months of November and December 2021 respectively. Around 30 women employees, including executives from across the different units of RSP, attended the programs. The main aim of the program was to sensitize the employees with regard to gender justice and gender equality issues pertaining to the workplace. The program started with fun-filled ice-breaking sessions wherein the participants interacted with each other. It was followed by presentation on gender sensitization and statutory provision of sexual harassment at workplace. The sessions were taken by Mr. Avinash, Manager Personnel, Ms. Jyoti Oreya, Manager Personnel, and Ms. Sangeeta M. Sindur, Manager Personnel. A quiz was also conducted on the related issues where the participants enthusiastically participated. Prizes were also distributed to the winners of the quiz. The program was coordinated by Ms. Jyoti Orea and Ms. Sangeeta Sindur.
The higher you go, the more is a need to adopt a 360-degree role, exhorted Mr. Amarendu Prakash, Director in charge BSL and RSP, to the 14 newly promoted Chief General Managers of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP. The occasion was the handing over ceremony of the promotion orders to the 14 executives of RSP who have been elevated to the post of Chief General Managers CGM, organized at Manthan Conference Hall on 16 December 2021. While addressing through virtual mode, the DIC congratulated them and said that this elevation not only reflects their superb performance but also recognizes their potential to tackle future challenges. Mr. Prakash advised them to have complete grip over every aspect of management and work on the weaker areas. Have the inquisitiveness of a child and try to learn from every source possible, he stressed. The DIC congratulated and thanked the spouses of the executives present on the occasion for their relentless support and encouragement. Mr. A.K. Kundu, ED Mines, presented the promotion orders to the promoted executives, namely Mr. Tularam Behra, posted as CGM CO NCC, Mr. Anup Kumar Datta, posted as CGM SP2 Bhilai Steel Plant, Mr. P. Sajit, posted as CGM Utilities Durgapur Steel Plant, Mr. R.K. Muduli, posted as CGM HSM1, Mr. Debashish Sarkar, posted as CGM Projects Bokaro Steel Plant, Mr. Kartikya Behra, posted as CGM CRM SSP, SPP and PPs, Mr. J.V. Sapkale, posted as CGM Projects Bhilai Steel Plant, Mr. M.N.V.S. Prabhakar, posted as CGM ED Work Secretariat, Mr. Chaudhary N.K. Nanda, posted as CGM Internal Audit, Mr. Kamal Bhaskar, posted as CGM Mines Jharkhand Group of Mines, Ms. Sunita Singh, posted as CGM PP&C, Mr. T.P. Shivashankar, posted as CGM DIC Secretariat, Mr. Etwa Orao, posted as CGM Plate Mill, and Dr. L.K. Biswal, CMO M&HS. Mr. A.K. Kundu, Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, Mr. A.K. Pradhan, ED Projects, Mr. P.K. Satpathy, ED P&A, Mr. C.R. Mahapatra, CGM in charge MM and Marketing, Dr. B.K. Hota, CMO in charge M&HS, and Mr. Praveen Nigam, CGM in charge FNA, also spoke on the occasion and congratulated the new CGMs. The promoted executives in turn thanked the management for imposing trust on their capabilities and expressed their commitment to contribute to the organization with higher zeal and zest. The spouses of some of the executives also spoke on the occasion. Mr. Somdatta Tripathi, Manager Personnel OD, coordinated the program. To encourage skill development at SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant and to inculcate the culture of skill excellence through healthy competition amongst the employees, Executive Director Works Skill Excellence Award 2021-22 was organized at HRD Center from 6 to 11 December 2021. Around 100 employees in the level S1 to S11 participated in the competition. Competitions were conducted in 6 trades, namely hydraulics technician, welder, fitter, turner, electrician and electronic mechanics. The first position holder in each trade would receive Executive Director Works Skill Excellence Award 2021-22 trophy, a certificate of merit and a cash award of Rs 3,000. The second and third position holders would be awarded with Rs 2,000 and 1,500 respectively, along with the trophy and a merit certificate. Customized printed coffee mugs would be given as token gifts to each of the participants. And that's all for now. Namaskar.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.